Hi everyone and welcome to another colouring book review. Today we're looking at the most recent release from Kerby Rosanes. It's called Alien Worlds and I believe this is going to be his last colouring book. I know he said that a couple of times before, so watch this space, literally. I don't know whether it will be the last, but I believe it is intended to be the last. And it's all about, obviously, aliens and the planets that they inhabit and the creatures and things that you will find on there. So it's the same size, shape, format as his previous Worlds books, and we have this glossy finish to the front and the back. And it says, explore the cosmic imagination of Kerby Rosanes, where astonishing alien creatures inhabit awe-inspiring worlds. Discover and colour the marvels envisaged at the farthest reaches of our universe. So let's get it open and have a look. We've got the title page there, fully colourable, and the book belongs to spread. We're used to seeing this format from Kerby. Then we've got our copyright info and a little bit about the book from Kerby himself, telling you how he's crafted it with fine liner pens. That's the way he draws. He's not a digital artist. And it's about the fascinating stories behind each of the unique worlds and their inhabitants. So you can look at the back of the book and you will find an astronaut's log, and that tells you all about the different planets that we are exploring within this book. And it's nice to have that little bit of background, that insight into what each planet is representing and what it's famous for. So this is definitely Kerby's most detailed book so far, in my opinion. It is going to take quite some time to finish one of these pages. There is so much detail and so much intricacy, so that will appeal to some and not to others. We've got a contents page here, and all the pages are numbered as well, so you can flip to each world and you can see what they're called and a little bit about them. So for example, we have the Crystal Kingdom, which is a glittering sphere of bejeweled creatures and crystal castles, and we have the Water Realm, which is a water world where monstrous predators lurk in the deep. So we can flip to those with the pages being numbered. They're numbered really small in the corner. I don't know whether you can see that. Yes, so each world seems to start with the astronaut flying to that planet. I'm going to keep a handle on the contents page so we can see where we are. So this is him coming into the Lost Paradise. Lots of asteroids forming a belt around this planet. And here he is, just landed on this planet, and you can see from the get-go how incredibly detailed this is. Like I said, by far his most detailed book for sure. Now, I'm going to flip through this fairly quickly because, and you'll know this if you follow me on social media, I was struggling with this book, I have to admit. As you all know, I absolutely love horror. I can colour horror, I can watch horror all day, every single day. It's like one of my favourite things. Sci-fi and aliens and things like strange creatures, it does not appeal to me whatsoever, although some people understandably could say that this is in parts very, very similar to horror with some of the creatures that we see inside. But when I first flipped through this book, I've got to be honest, I struggled, and there's not really a page in it that is calling out to me to colour it. For me, the creatures, it's all a bit weird for me. The creatures aren't very pleasant to look at. I mean, they're not supposed to be, I suppose. And it's just not grabbed me at all in the way that Kerby's previous books have. So I have to say that for me personally, this is my least favourite book of Kerby's. But obviously everyone is different. I put a post up on social media last night, and it was just saying how I definitely did not want to bash the book at all, but I would love to hear from people who enjoy this book, who like the illustrations and particularly have coloured something from it, so that I could see some examples and try and gain a little bit more appreciation for the illustrations than I have currently. And everyone was so lovely. I posted this before I went to bed last night, and I was so worried that I would wake up to a proverbial bomb having gone off for me sort of saying that I didn't like the book. And luckily, and I didn't expect, you know, to get jumped on, but you never know when you're on social media. and especially with an author like an illustrator like Kerby Rosanes, very, very loved in the community, and rightly so. And I just worried that people were gonna jump on me for that, but luckily they didn't. Everyone was absolutely lovely, and as they've said, it makes sense that you're not going to like everything. You're not going to like every art style, you're not going to like every book, even if you like the illustrator. And believe me, I do. Worlds Within Worlds is one of my favourite books of all. So I was disappointed to not like this one, and I have seen some coloured images since posting that, and people have done a fantastic job. And I think the comments that resonated with me the most were the ones where people were suggesting that because this is a complete fantasy land, you can chuck anything you want at this. You can have pink skies and you know, multicoloured skin, and you can chuck any kind of media at it as well. You can use your neo colours and your paints and glitter, and anything you want goes in this book because of the fantasy theme. And that's a good way of looking at it and getting me to appreciate it a bit more. However, I really don't think that I want to particularly start a project in this book because it is so detailed and it would take a lot of time, and I just don't, it's not grabbed me enough for me to be motivated to colour anything in it, which is a shame. And yeah, it is a shame, but I've decided that in not colouring anything in it, I'm just going to do a flip through, and then I'm going to give the book away to somebody who really loves it and wants a copy. So I'll be talking about that later on in the video. We'll see how you can just leave a comment to enter and whatever else. But yeah, I thought that'd be the best thing to do, pass it on to somebody that really does enjoy this sort of theme and can do a lot with it. So I've just been flipping through as I've been speaking, because there's not an awful lot that I want to say about every single page. As I say, I don't want to bash the book at all. It's everybody's different preferences, but it's just not my thing, and that's okay. So I just need to see where we are at the moment, because I've been gabbing on. So we're on page 31, which means that we're about to head into the Futuristic Planet, which is an artificial marvel with advanced cities and high-tech aliens. So we've just been in the water world, and we're going into the Futuristic Planet now. Now, every world, as I said, starts off with the astronaut arriving on the planet, and you can see a big scale drawing of the planet itself from a bit further away. So that's cool. I think this would be an absolute nightmare to colour. Just look at all the detail on here. But again, with it being a Kerby book, you've got a lot of shading, so that helps enormously in where to put your darks and lights. This is a definite project for somebody, this book. I can't see it's one of those you can pick up and complete in, you know, a couple of hours, as in each page. It's just, there's so much. So this is him having landed on, him or her, not being biased, having landed on this futuristic planet. And I think out of everything, the landing pages probably are the best for me, because they don't feature so many of the odd creatures that are inside. See, this has no, these kind of strange creatures have no draw to me whatsoever. I can definitely appreciate the artistry, the time and the talent that's gone into this book, but subject matter, not for me. So we've got sort of metal creatures here. This looks like a world of its own on top of a huge mushroom type structure. And then we've got, I think he's leaving the planet maybe, or coming to the next one, which is the Rocky Barrens, a stunning rocky landscape with hardy creatures and underground citadels. So that's interesting. See, like this huge snail thing and the one-eyed, weird-mouthed. No, it's not something I'm interested in, but I know that a lot of you will be. Even if, because I've had a lot of comments from people saying that they are a sci-fi fan, but they don't like the book, or they're not a sci-fi fan, but they absolutely love the book. And I think it's just the scope of being able to colour this in absolutely anything, any media, any colours. Like I said on the comments last night, I said you could use washi tape or foils to give them different kind of texture of skin. There's so much that you can do with it if it's something that you enjoy looking at. So what are we on here? This is Heavenly Inferno, a scorched world covered in lava flows and fire-breathing beasts. So yeah, you can see them breathing the fire over here, and all of the lava. That would take some to colour. It would definitely take some hours and effort to colour. This is super scary. It reminds me almost of one of the clickers from The Last of Us because of everything sort of growing out of its head. Look at this worm. Ooh, worm with teeth. There's an awful lot of holes in this book as well, as in, I think, is it called trichotillomania or something, where you don't like looking at holes? I think if you've got that, you definitely won't like this book, because I think earlier on in the book there's a lot of holes. There's one specific page, this one, you see, it's, ugh. Now I don't have that, or maybe I do because of my visceral reaction to it, but I don't have that phobia, but it does kind of creep me out a little bit, and I guess that's what it's meant to do. These are scary creatures. I mean, this is nice. This is almost like a horse, but again, it's got just too many legs. Things shouldn't have too many legs. This one's really nice. This is showing butterflies and insects with little crystals on them, and the astronaut just looking up. That would be a good one to do, and it's not as detailed either. We've got the creature looking like it's hibernating in the crystal. Again, you've got the stories in the back, so we'll have a look at those as well. And this is very Kerby-like, so you've got the animal with the whole world growing out of it. So this is quite similar to some of the things he's done before, but just incredibly detailed. So we're going to another planet now. What's this one? Page 65. The Steampunk Sphere. So let's have a look at that, because I do like steampunk. Oh, look at this. He's got no arms. It's like something out of Silent Hill. So he's walking and traversing this path into the world. And this is like a bear with tusks. And he's got 4 ears. He's got a rider as well. This is quite funky, this one. Lots and lots of crystally type things to colour, you know. These spines and things like that. Things that stick out. And oh, this is like a mask almost. Can you imagine coming across this? It's like the brain is on the outside. Oh dear. What are these? It's like a bear teamed with some kind of aardvark type thing. Oh, this is funky. So this is the desolate ruin, an abandoned planet where new life thrives in the ruins of an old civilization. So we've got some more holes, and here it is. Sometimes it's difficult to make these pictures out fully until you start colouring. That's a very Kerby thing as well. Until you start colouring, you cannot take in all of the little details and things that he's put into these pages, because it hits you in the face. There's so much going on. This looks like one that would be quite good in the steampunk world. There's lots of cogs and gears and things going on in there. And what are we on now? 79. So we're just about to go into, oh hang on, we were still in the steampunk one. We're about to go into the desolate ruin now. So this is coming up to the desolate ruin. And again, oh look, this would take days and weeks to colour one of these. But I think, like they said, it is ruins of old machinery, because I can just see something that's the nature's growing over it and overtaking it. This is some sort of snake with wings. Oh, and here's the one from the front of the book. So this is, there we go, front of the book. And again, lots more holes. Holes in things and voids. And then we've got to the astronaut's log. So each page, as I said, is explained in what's going on. So one of these creatures is called the Oceanic Leviathan, Serpent of the Seas, Thousand-Toothed Terror. It's a fun book, no doubt. It's very out there, and I can imagine that a lot of people would love this. I can imagine, you know, young boys colouring it, young girls, you know, it's even though it is really detailed, I can imagine that it would appeal to children, because it is so fantastical. But yes, I would absolutely love to be tagged in anybody's pictures that they finish from this book, because I would like to see them coloured in and see if that makes a change to how I feel about the book. However, at the moment, I don't want to dedicate any time to it if I'm not going to enjoy it, and I think that that is okay to feel like that. And I hope I've provided a pretty unbiased review, even though I have given my opinion. I hope that it has helped you, even just to see what's inside, help you decide whether it's something you like or not, each to their own. So yes, I am going to give this book away. I don't want it sat on my shelf, not being coloured, not being appreciated. So I would love for you to leave me a comment below this video if you would like to be in the running for me to send you this book. I will send it worldwide, so absolutely anybody can sign up for the giveaway. All you've got to do in the comment is let me know that you want to join, because there will be some people who maybe have the book and just looking at the video, or they're not interested and they might just want to comment and say hi or whatever. But if you do want to be in with the running of winning it, then just put a little bit in your comment saying I'd like to win or whatever, just so I know that it's clear in the comment that you do want to sign up for possibly winning it. So yes, I will post it worldwide, as I said. I will give it a week. So today we are 30th of March. So let's say the 6th of April. Let's say the 6th of April. And I will come on social media, on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, and I will just choose a winner at random, and then you can get in touch with me if it's you. So good luck, and again, I'd love to hear your opinions about this book, and I will see you very soon on Colour with Claire.